Now in this transportation problem, we are going to check for optimality. Actually this problem earlier video lectures I have just given. This transportation solution is given by least cost method. In this least cost method, 25 units have been allotted at this cell at the cost of 1 rupee it can be transferred. Similarly, this one is balanced, and then here also 20 plus 5 plus 10 is 35. Here 25 plus 15 is 40. Similarly, the column requirement is also satisfied. Now before applying Modi's algorithm for checking optimality, here we have to check whether how many cells are allocated cells. These are called basic cells. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So initially we have to check for a condition m plus n minus 1 should be equal to number of allocated cells. Here m is number of rows and number of columns. Number of rows are 3, number of columns is 4, minus 1 is equal to 6. So this condition is satisfied. That is 7 minus 1 equal to 6. There are 6 allocated cells. Now we can apply this Modi's algorithm for checking optimality. If this condition is not satisfied, the problem is said to be degenerate problem. There we have to apply some epsilon at some other place. Then we have to go for optimality. That I will explain in the next problem. So here in this case, this condition is satisfied. Now we are allocating u as well as v values for row as well as column. This row value you can consider as u1, u2 and u3, and v values, column values are v1, v2, v3 as well as v4. We are going to find out these uv values based on the basic cells. Now we are going to write 6 equations. That means the u1 plus v2 is equal to the cost of this cell. That means u1 plus v2 will be equal to 1. That is, this u1 plus v2 will be equal to the cost of the cell based on the basic cells only. Similarly, we can come to this u2 plus v1, and this is u2 plus v2, and this one is u2 plus v3. So u2 plus v1 is 2, u2 plus v3 v2 equals 6, u2 plus v3 equals 5. That means u2 plus v1 equal to 2, u2 plus v2 equal to 6, u2 plus v3 equal to 5. Similarly, we can write for these two basic cells also. That means u3 plus v3 equals 3, u3 plus v4 equals 2. Now we have got 6 equations. Using these 6 equations, we can find the values of u and v, assuming any one value equal to 0. Now we can assume this u1 equal to 0. Then if you assume u1 is equal to 0, v2 equals 1. So v2 will be equal to 1. So when v2 is equal to 1, here we can substitute v2 is 1. u2 will be 6 minus 1 is 5. u2 is 5. When u2 is 5, we can substitute here v1 equals 2 minus 5 is 3. 2 minus 5 is minus 3. Now here also u2 we can substitute 5, v3 equals 5 minus 5 equals 0. Then here you know v3 is 0, so u3 is also equal to 3. Then u3 equal to 3 means v4 is equals 2 minus 3 is minus 1. Now we have evaluated all the values of u as well as v. Now we are going to find the value for the non-basic cells. That means cells which are not allocated. This this one, and then these two cells. For these cells, the formula is U plus V minus Cij. That value we are going to find out for each cells. That value should be negative. If there is any positive cells, that indicates there is an improvement or there is a possibility for improvement of the result. So here for this cell, 0 plus minus 3, which is equal to minus 3. Minus 3 plus 3 will be equal to 0. So this is 0 only. Now here 0 plus 0 minus 7, it is negative only. 0 minus 1, that is minus 1. Minus of minus 4, that is negative only. For this cell, 5 minus 1 is 4. 4 minus 9, which is also negative. Here in this case, 3 minus 3 will become 0. Minus 8 is equals to minus. Here 3 plus 1 is equal to 4. 4 minus 3 is positive. Here we can notice 3 plus 1 minus 3, which is equal to plus 1. So it is positive cell. So in this solution is not optimal. That's what this positive cell indicates. If everything is negative, this solution is optimal. Now, after finding this, we have to form a loop based on these positive cells. If there are more positive cells, we can choose the most positive cells. Now here, from this, we are going to form a loop. So the loop has to take a turn only with the basic cells. Suppose here there are no basic cells. Here we have got one basic cell. So when you just go here, we can take a turn and go to another basic cells. And then from here I can take another turn as another basic cell. Then we can complete this loop. For example, when I just go here by crossing this, it's possible we can just go. After going there is no cells to take a turn. So from here, there is no cell available for taking a turn. So the possible loop is we can just go here, and then we can just go here, and then we can just go here, and then form the loop. This is this way. This is upward, and this is this way, and here it is this way. In this way, we can just form the loop. So starting from the positive, you put plus theta. The next corner, you take minus theta. The next corner, you put plus theta. The next corner, you can put minus theta. Because suppose if you add some quantity here, that has to be substituted. Now in the earlier table, we have just modified according to the theta value. Now the present cells are, this cell has become vacant. Previously it was 5 units allotted here. Now it has been added here. And then previously here there was 25 units. Now 5 has been subtracted here. Now it is 20 units. Here previously there was 10 units. Now we have added 5 units. It has become 15 units. This cell, this and these cells are as it is. There is no change. Now here again we are allocating or finding UV values or row as well as column values. U1, U2, U3. Before that we have to check whether this condition is satisfied or not. Now after forming this equation based on basic cells, that means U1 plus V2 equals 1. That means by this method we have found the row as well as column values as V1 is minus 2, V2 is 1, V3 is 1, V4 is 0, and U1 is 0, U2 is equals 4, U3 is equals 2, just like previous one. Now we are going to evaluate the values for the non-basic cells. That means 0 plus minus 2, total is minus 2, minus of 3, so it is becoming negative. Similarly here 0 plus 1 minus 7, it is negative. 0 plus 0 minus 4, it is negative. Now here 4 plus 1, 5 minus 6, it is also negative. 4 plus 0 minus 9 is also negative. Here in this one 2 minus 2 is becoming 0, minus 8, this is also negative. Now all the non-basic cells are negative. That indicates the optimality has been reached. Now we can compute the transportation. That is going to be the minimum transportation cost for this problem. Now the total transportation cost will be 1 into 25 plus 2 into 20 plus 5 into 15 plus 3 into 5 plus 3 into 20 plus 2 into 15. This is going to be 245. This is going to be the lowest transportation cost for the given problem. Now this problem is optimized, optimum solution for the given one, provided if the number of allocated cells are equal to the number of basic cells. So yeah, m plus n minus 1. So when this condition is satisfied, we can solve this problem. If the condition is not satisfied, we will introduce epsilon in some other cell, then we can optimize it. That I will explain in the next video lecture. Thank you.